So in my last video, I talked about the Street Fighter characters who I want to return in Street Fighter 6. And now it's time to do the opposite. Basically talking about the characters I don't want to return in Street Fighter 6. Now I have to preface this is my own opinion. If you like these characters, that's perfectly fine. If they get in, that's fine. I'm not going to be that angry. I'm just not going to play them. Because the main reason these characters are on this list is because I just never play them. Or maybe I have some other petty reason for why they shouldn't get in. This is all in the name of fun. I really don't have... there's no Street Fighter characters that I absolutely hate, to be honest. So it was actually kind of hard making this list, but these are characters that if they just dropped off the face of the earth, I would not care. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first character up here is Rose. I just never been a fan of this character. Nothing about this character appealed to me. I don't like her design, I don't like her personality, I don't like how she plays, and I'd never understood why she got into so many games. Especially 5. We already had Menat. Why did we need Rose? There's already a Rose stand-in with Menat. We don't need that. I'd rather have Menat come back than Rose. And her hair is stupid. I've never liked that hair. I know, like I said, it's petty, but I said a lot of these reasons are going to be petty. It's just a character that just never appealed to me. No way, no how, I just never... I know she's always been, in competitive, so I guess that's why she always comes back, because people use her in competitive or whatever, but I've never cared about competitive, so she just never appealed to me at all. So I don't want her to come back. If you have to have a character like her back, again, put Menat in. Isn't that the whole reason she was invented, was to replace Rose? I don't know. Moving on. Next up is Rufus. Yeah, let's get the obvious one out of the way. Nobody wants this character to come back. Does anybody even like this character besides Justin Wong, maybe? I don't know. And I'm kind of ashamed to admit this too, but I found him a little bit fun in 4. I played him a little bit. I'm like, okay, I can see why someone might like him. His moves are kind of fun, but everything else about the character is not fun. He's annoying. He's not fun to look at. He's just not... No. I just look at that, I'm just like, no. I mean, there have been other overweight characters like Bob in Tekken and stuff, and he's fine. But Rufus, I think they went too far in the direction of being annoying. I know that was kind of the point. He's supposed to be annoying, both in his personality and the way he plays, he's supposed to annoy the opponent and stuff with his pokes and all that stuff. But they went too far. They did too good of a job, and now everybody hates him. So nobody wants him to come back. Is he even still alive? I have nothing to back this up, but I think he should be dead. The way he is in the time skip and everything, I don't think he should still be alive, But it's a fantasy world. They can make him go to, age 90 if they wanted to, even though that would make no sense. But yeah, not much to say here. Everyone hates this character. Moving on. Next up is Seth. So I don't know why they brought him back for Street Fighter 5. Maybe because they're bringing back Gil, and they're like, well, we brought back the big bad boss from Street Fighter 3. We might as well put the big bad boss from Street Fighter 4 there. But did anyone ever even like this guy? One of the only complaints I heard about Street Fighter 4 when it first came out was that the final boss was bad. Everyone's like, why is his name Seth? That's so unintimidating. And he's one of those characters that copies other people's moves, which seemed like a cop-out. Yeah, he has a few of his own unique moves, but for the most part, that was his gimmick. And that's always kind of a lazy gimmick. And his design's not great, he just never... He's one of those characters that was meant to be the big bad boss, but he doesn't feel like it, especially since Bison was still in 4. It's like, why would you try to bring in a new villain when the old villain is still there, I just never got the point of him. And, his storyline's kind of done. I know they brought him back in 5, put him in the body of a doll, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I don't want this guy to come back. I don't see the point in him, really. I just don't like him. He's not fun to me. That's all. It's not, like I said, it was hard to make this list because I had to just pick characters that I just didn't want to see come back because I don't see the point in this guy. He fulfilled his purpose in 4, and now he's just go away. And next up, we have Yun and Yang. So we already have Jamie, who's basically following in the footsteps of these two, and so I don't think we really need them. The main reason I don't want to see them come back is, first of all, when you have one, you have to have the other, so that's 2 character slots, which I think is a bit much. And anytime they come in, they terrorize the metagame, especially Yoon. So, I don't know, with that track record, maybe it's best if we just cut them out, give us a break from them, I think everyone needs a break from Yoon, especially. Anyone who played Third Strike or Street Fighter 4 knows how that guy terrorized the metagame for a while. So, yeah, just keep him out just for everyone else's sake. Like I said, I don't care about competitive, but for everyone else's sake, just keep him out. And that goes for Yang, too. Even though I know it's basically just Yang by proxy, but still, you can't have one without the other. And like I said, we have Jamie now. We have that kind of style of character, and he's a much more interesting character because we finally got a drunken boxer, and he looks really fun. I don't think we need these two. Just again, for the sanity of everyone else, if they get announced, especially for you, and everyone's going to groan, no one wants to see it. So yeah, just keep them away. And last up, we have Evil Ryu slash Kage, or whatever you want to call these evil incarnations of Ryu. And the answer is obvious. They shouldn't be canon anymore. Ryu has totally gotten rid of the Satsui no Hado, so these characters just don't exist anymore, like in lore and everything. So it just shouldn't exist anymore. Not to mention, it was always kind of, I don't know. it just felt like just having an evil version of a character always seems like a bit of a cop-out a little bit sometimes, especially when they've had multiple. Like, first it was Evil Ryu, then Kage. It's like, first of all, what's the difference between Kage and Evil Ryu, I don't know. It was weird. But like I said, the main reason is because this character just isn't canon anymore. If it ever was, at least before it was a possibility, now it's just not a possibility anymore. So yeah, while some people probably think it was cool and while it might have been fun and competitive, there's just no reason for this character to exist anymore. I mean, maybe you could do something else. You can still have Oni, I guess, if you have to, but I felt like Oni was a bit of a cop-out, too, because we still have Akuma, everything. I just felt like those kind of characters were, I don't know, a bit of a cop-out, but like I said, I don't think it matters anymore, because Ryu just doesn't have this in him anymore. So there's no reason for Evil Ryu or Kage to come back. Simple as that. And those are the characters I don't want to see come back in Street Fighter 6. But how about you guys? What characters do you not want to see come back in Street Fighter 6? How about you tell me how wrong I am? Do whatever you want in the comments, and I'll see you next time.